Welcome to All Four Downs podcast presented by the CMG Central. It's the sports network all the way through covering the NFL and college football. I'm Obi-Wan, and yes, it's time for my predictions for the NFC North. And once again, please don't forget, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Facebook, and of course, the Twitter feed, OVI_HHW show, because I'm also involved with the Hard Hitting Wrestling Show podcast. But we're moving on here. And yes, the NFC North. Since 2011, the Green Bay Packers have the most wins out of the four teams: the Vikings, the Bears, the Lions. They have a total of 126 wins. They've won 8 titles. The Vikings won 3, the Bears won, and the Lions are still, finding their way through. They're just getting close. They need that spark. Could this be the year for them? I don't know, but we'll see on that one. We'll start off with the regular season for the Green Bay Packers. Let's see what good games they have. They start off with Chicago Bears on the road, but with New Orleans on September 24th, that's going to be a good match. And, of course, against Detroit is going to be a good one. But I like New Orleans because David Carr is the starting quarterback. Also, they'll play against the Pittsburgh Steelers. I like that one. And they go on the road against the New York Giants. I mean, their schedule's looking tough now that Aaron Rodgers is not there. But December 3rd, Kansas City Chiefs. But what I like the most about the schedule for Green Bay is that they are set up for success because they start with Chicago Bears and they end the season with the Chicago Bears. Pretty awesome there. And I got a feeling that they're going to do pretty well, especially that they don't have Aaron Rodgers as he exits to the New York Jets. Jordan Love, Aaron Jones, I think those two will work together very well, develop those wide receivers. They got it good, man. I think so. Moving on to the Vikings. Kevin O'Connell with a 13-4 record, first year, went 0-1 in the playoffs. They got eliminated by the New York Giants, but they're back again. They start with Tampa Bay. I think that's pretty easy win for the Vikings against Tampa Bay. But then the schedule gets hard when they go against Philadelphia. But I love this because the Vikings, they play the Kansas City Chiefs as well. And then they go on the road against Chicago. But they also have San Francisco and Denver and New Orleans. So it's like, yeah, it looked like a roller coaster going on. They do have a bye week in week 13. But they go against Cincinnati Bengals. That's going to be a tough game for them. And then to end the last 3 weeks, they got Detroit 2 out of those 3 weeks right there. Ooh, who knows what the status is between these two teams with Detroit Lions and the Minnesota Vikings. That's going to be rough. I'll tell you why later. But Kirk Cousins and Justin Jefferson, they got a lot to go on because Cousins, this is his last season. Who knows what can happen? But they picked up Jaren Hall from BYU. I'm questioning on that pick because there were other spectacular quarterbacks that the Vikings could have gotten, but instead they went ahead and got Jaren Hall from BYU. I haven't met any spectacular quarterbacks coming from BYU, but if that's the dude and that's the guy and that's what they want. But Kirk Cousins, I still think he's gonna have a full season with the Vikings. But it's going to be borderline, man, because, again, the lines are getting better. It's unknown about the Packers. And speaking about the Lions, hopefully they could do good because they start off the season with the Kansas City Chiefs. That's a rough one already. But then again, the Chiefs do have a slow start almost every year, especially now that there's 17 games and not many games for the preseason. So the Lions could take advantage of this. They host the Seattle Seahawks and the Atlanta Falcons. So at least the first 4 weeks looks all right for the Lions. But I won't sleep, of course, the Super Bowl champs. Jared Goff, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Aiden Hutchinson. Those 3 guys are spectacular last year. They're going to add Jahmyr Gibbs, who is the rookie, and Hendon Hooker, who they got from the draft. And the reason why, man, Jamal Williams went to the Saints. So it's a good pick to get Gibbs out of the draft, but Hendon Hooker's in the best seat of the house because if Jared Goff does not produce this year, he is out and Hooker is in. And I'm hoping that Hendon Hooker gets an opportunity to start this season because I'm picking him as the rookie of the year because he is that talented and he is set up for success. And if not, he should be the best rookie quarterback this upcoming season. The Chicago Bears are still rebuilding. They're 3-14 last year under Matt Eberflus, right? If that's his name. But they start out with Green Bay, then on the road with Tampa Bay and Kansas City. But overall, I'm telling you, Justin Fields cannot do this by himself. He needs help in that offense. He is a dual threat. He led in rushing. Of course, the starting quarterback. But he just got to limit himself and avoid injuries, right? He got Chase Claypool as a wide receiver. They picked up Devontae Foreman, who played for 3 different teams, Houston, Tennessee, and Carolina. What could the Bears do this year that could improve and be better than 3 wins? Hard task to do. And my prediction is this. Should they improve? I got the Green Bay Packers winning the division at 9-8. The Vikings, yes, they are tied, but there's a tiebreaker with the divisional wins. And I got the Packers winning. The Lions, close call, 8-9. And it's a far stretch, but I am picking the Bears to finish at 7-10. That's a good thing. That is a good thing for them. And what can I say? I still believe that Jordan Love is the guy for the Green Bay Packers. I believe that Hendon Hooker should be starting. And that's the reason why, because if the Lions finished 8-9, it's because of Hendon Hooker and Goff didn't do so well. It's just going to be so tight when it comes to the NFC North.